Case number 5. Rajasthan Desert, near the India-Pakistan border, October 17, 2024, 11:48 p.m. What if I told you that somewhere in the deserts of Rajasthan, people disappear without leaving a single body behind? No abandoned belongings, only a trail of footprints stretching across the silent desert before ending abruptly in the middle of the sand, as if the person had simply vanished into thin air. For decades, investigators searched for answers. Some blamed the violent sandstorms, capable of erasing every trace within minutes. Others suspected smugglers using the remote desert as a hidden route along the border. And some believe the missing travelers had simply lost their way, never to be found again. But none of those theories could explain what happened next. In October 2024, an investigative journalist entered the desert carrying a hidden body camera. He was determined to uncover the truth. Days later, his camera was recovered. He was not. Inside the memory card, investigators found only 18 seconds of video. 18 seconds that raised far more questions than answers. The footage showed several silent figures moving slowly through the darkness. Then the recording stopped. No explanation, no final report, no trace of the journalist. Tonight, Case number ? Opens one of the strangest desert mysteries ever whispered about. Stay with us until the very end, because no one has ever proven who or what those hunters really were. This story is inspired by local legends from Rajasthan and is a work of fiction. Along the scorching deserts of Rajasthan, near the remote border between India and Pakistan, lies the forgotten remains of a village that locals refused to enter after sunset. For generations, they have called it the Cursed Village. According to whispered legends, the desert does not simply bury the past, it protects something far more sinister. For decades, travelers crossing this lonely stretch of sand during the night vanished without a trace. No bodies were ever recovered. No signs of struggle were found. Only abandoned vehicles, scattered belongings, and footprints that ended in the middle of the desert. Authorities blamed violent sandstorms and ruthless border smugglers, believing the harsh wilderness had claimed another victim. But every explanation left one question unanswered. How could so many people simply disappear without leaving a single trace? Because hidden beneath the endless sands of Rajasthan, a far more terrifying truth was waiting to be uncovered. Nearly 50 years ago, after one of the worst droughts in Rajasthan's history, a group of local hunters watched their world collapse. Crops withered beneath the relentless sun, livestock died one by one, and entire families perished from starvation and thirst. Believing the disaster could not be explained by nature alone, the surviving hunters became convinced that the spirit of the desert had abandoned them and demanded a terrible price. That same night, according to the legend, an unknown old man emerged from the darkness. No one knew where he had come from, and no one ever saw him again after that night. In a calm voice, the old man spoke words that would haunt the desert for generations. Each year, if the blood of a stranger is spilled upon these sands, your tribe will never perish. Whether this story was true or merely a terrifying myth, local legends claim that from that night forward, a secret brotherhood was born, a hidden order known only as the Hunters of Rajasthan. In October 2024, while the mystery of the missing travelers remained unsolved, an investigative journalist decided it was time to uncover the truth. His name was Arjun Mehta, a respected investigative journalist known for exposing dangerous criminal networks. When he heard the stories surrounding the mysterious disappearances, he refused to believe they were caused by ghosts or an ancient desert curse. He believed someone was hiding behind the legend. To get close to the truth, Arjun erased every trace of his professional identity. No press credentials, no camera crew, no police escort. He entered the desert pretending to be nothing more than an ordinary tourist. Only one local guide agreed to take him beyond the last inhabited village. The guide spoke very little, but before they left, he gave Arjun one warning. Whatever you see after sunset, don't follow the lights. Before beginning the journey, Arjun quietly fastened a hidden body camera beneath his jacket. If anything happened, every second would be recorded. Or so he hoped. Moments before leaving, Arjun made one final phone call to his colleague. His voice was calm, but his words sounded almost like a farewell. He said, "If I don't come back within 3 days, release every file from this camera." Then, the call ended. It would be the last time anyone heard his voice. 3 days passed, and there was still no sign of Arjun Mehta. Search teams feared the worst. Then a single discovery changed the entire investigation. Arjun's vehicle was discovered beside a deserted dirt road nearly 20 kilometers from the nearest village. No one knew how long it had been sitting there. The driver's door was still open. His backpack, water bottles, camera bag, and personal belongings were all untouched. Only one thing was missing: Arjun. Investigators searched the surrounding area for hours. Finally, half buried beneath the sand, they discovered a broken camera. Its lens was shattered. Its body was cracked. Yet somehow, the memory card had survived. Back at the forensic laboratory, technicians removed the memory card. Only one file could still be recovered. Its duration, just 18 seconds. 18 seconds that would haunt everyone who watched it. The footage began without warning. The camera shook violently as Arjun struggled to move. They wore long white robes and deep red turbans. Their faces remained hidden by darkness. None of them spoke. They simply continued walking closer. Arjun's breathing became faster. The camera trembled. Then a calm voice broke the silence. "You were never supposed to discover the truth of the desert." The words echoed for only a moment. Without warning, the recording froze. The screen turned black. No scream, no struggle, no explanation. That was the last image ever recorded by Arjun Mehta, and to this day, no one knows what happened after those final 18 seconds. The disappearance of a famous investigative journalist changed everything. What had once seemed like isolated disappearances suddenly became a nationwide criminal investigation. The journalist had vanished while searching for the truth behind the mysterious legends of the Rajasthan Desert, leaving behind only an abandoned vehicle and a damaged camera. The case was assigned to senior detective Vivek Singh, one of India's most experienced investigators. Instead of focusing on a single victim, he reopened every missing person case connected to the desert over the past 20 years. As he reviewed thousands of files, one detail kept appearing again and again: a local tour guide whose name was linked to many of the missing tourists. The guide had an impeccable reputation and no criminal record. Yet Detective Singh couldn't ignore the disturbing pattern. Every time someone disappeared into the desert, this respected guide seemed to be nearby. For the first time in years, the investigation had its first real suspect. Tour guide was respected throughout Rajasthan. For years, he had safely led thousands of tourists across the vast desert, earning a reputation as a friendly and experienced professional. His record was spotless. No criminal history, no complaints, and no reason for police to suspect him. Although his name appeared in several missing person cases, investigators found no evidence strong enough to justify an arrest. To everyone else, he was simply a trusted guide doing his job. But Detective Vivek Singh wasn't convinced. His instincts told him that the guide's perfect reputation was hiding something much darker. The more he studied the case, the more one question haunted him. Was this respected guide merely an innocent coincidence, or the man behind the desert's deadliest secret? Detective Vivek Singh's first breakthrough came from the tour guide's GPS records. They revealed that he had repeatedly left the official tourist routes, driving deep into isolated parts of the Rajasthan Desert. When investigators reviewed nearby surveillance cameras, the footage confirmed the same suspicious pattern. As the evidence was compared with old missing person files, a chilling connection emerged. Every victim had been seen alive for the last time along those remote desert tracks. Then, during a search of the area, police uncovered a buried camera, a wristwatch, several passports, and personal belongings belonging to the missing tourists. Hidden beneath years of drifting sand, the evidence finally proved that the desert had been concealing a deadly secret all along. After weeks of surveillance, Detective Vivek Singh finally made his move. Under the cover of darkness, police followed the tour guide deep into the Rajasthan desert. There, they discovered the mysterious white huntersmen dressed in white robes and red turbans. For decades, people believed they were supernatural spirits. But the terrifying truth was far different. The white hunters were ordinary criminals who used fear as their greatest weapon. Their ghostly appearance convinced survivors they had witnessed something paranormal, allowing the gang to hide in plain sight. That same night, police raided the gang's secret camp, uncovering stolen valuables and evidence linking them to years of disappearances. Investigators revealed that the guide deliberately lured wealthy tourists away from safe routes. The gang would ambush them, steal their belongings, and bury the victims in abandoned wells where desert sand erased every trace. The legend of the Rajasthan White Hunters had never been real. It was a carefully created myth to hide a brutal criminal operation driven by greed. During the trial, the tour guide confessed. Before the courtroom fell silent, he spoke one final sentence. People are always afraid of legends, and fear is the greatest place to hide the truth. The truth behind the Rajasthan Desert case has finally been revealed. What once was believed to be a ghost story turned out to be a carefully planned series of crimes hidden behind fear and myth. But every investigation leaves a question behind. How many more stories like this are still buried in the shadows? This is case number ? If you enjoyed this investigation, don't forget to like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more true crime mysteries. Because the next case might be even darker than this one.